with the other half the class because I was having the test with the physics students, yeah, and it's not because the teacher wanted to scratch the back. No, 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 no. It was because I had, you know, that I have to divide my time in two, and I was with people who are in physics also. Yeah, just to explain, maybe you are going to say, oh, we didn't have classes. No, 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 no. The teacher was working also, and she was doing what she has to do on her schedule. Yeah. Okay, today it's the time that we are going to have the best moment, maybe on our text when we talk about robotics. It's a very fantastic topic when we talk about robotics. And if we start with robotics, in general terms, what might be robotics? Joel, Darwin, do you remember what is robotics? What is robotics? Okay, Dulcie?
Robotics is an interdisciplinary branch of engineering and science that include mechanical engineering, information engineering, electronic engineering, computer science, and others. Teacher.
Okay, yeah. What more might be robotics? What more is robotics? Josue, Ian, Rodrigo, what is robotics? We are going to see. I am going to share you a short video with the concept, yeah? Pay attention because you have something to do. Okay. Here am I. I am going to share. Please complain if you don't see the presentation. Okay. Can you see the presentation? The image? Yes or no?
Yes.
Teacher.
Okay.
Hello friends. I welcome you all to TechMite. I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is about robotics. Almost all of you have heard this term, and most of you might have studied about it. Let's do a quick revision together. Starting with the definition. Robotics is the intersection of science, engineering and technology that produces machines, called robots, that substitute for or replicate human actions. A little bit more common term than robotics is robot. A robot is the product of the robotics field, where programmable machines are built that can assist humans or mimic human actions. Robots were originally built to handle monotonous tasks like building cars on an assembly line, but have since expanded well beyond their initial uses to perform tasks like fighting fires, cleaning homes and assisting with incredibly intricate surgeries. As technology progresses, so too does the scope of what is considered robotics. In 2005, 90% of all robots could be found assembling cars in automotive factories. These robots consist mainly of mechanical arms, tasked with welding or screwing on certain parts of a car. Today, we're seeing an evolved and expanded definition of robotics that includes the development, creation, and use of bots that explore Earth's harshest conditions. robots that assist law enforcement, and even robots that assist in almost every facet of healthcare. While the overall world of robotics is expanding, a robot has some consistent characteristics. 1. All robots consist of some sort of mechanical construction. The mechanical aspect of a robot helps it complete tasks in the environment for which it's designed. 2. Robots need electrical components that control and power the machinery. Essentially, an electric current, a battery, for example, is needed to power a large majority of robots. 3. Robots contain at least some level of computer programming. Without a set of code telling it what to do, a robot would just be another piece of simple machinery. Inserting a program into a robot gives it the ability to know when and how to carry out a task. Let's talk about the uses of robots. Robots are largely used to perform various tasks and to make human life easy. They are widely used in manufacturing, assembly and packing, transport, Earth and space exploration, surgery, weaponry, laboratory research, and mass production of consumer and industrial goods. We will discuss their uses in detail in another video. Till then, stay connected. That's all for today, guys. If you liked the video or learned something, then please support me by liking it, sharing it, commenting on it, and subscribing to TechMite. If you want to see helpful and informative posts on technology, then do follow me on Instagram.
Okay. Then, so if we are going to go into the concept that they are giving us, what is robotic exactly? Alejandro, Javier, do you want to answer? Alejandro? Or maybe Ismael Warachi? Okay, what might mean or what is the concept that we have listened about robotic? What is the concept?
The robotics are machines that have the capacity to perform various tasks.
Okay, many tasks. Okay. And do you remember which are the characteristics that they mentioned? How many characteristics? How many characteristics were mentioned? How many characteristics?
Teacher, I remember that the robotic is a union of the engineering, technology, and science.
Okay, three topics that are going to be linked, yes? The first one is going to be the science engineering. The second one is going to be, which one? Which one?
Science,
Science,
technology,
engineering, technology, and who remembers? And Grover, do you remember? Which was? Robots, yes? Okay, is it the same, robots and robotics? Can we say that it's the same, robots and robotics?
No, teacher, it's not the same.
Why not, David Eduardo?
Okay, because robotics is a branch of engineering dedicated to designing a machine, for example, the robots. But robots is a machine that similar that human can perform tasks maybe for is repetitive or dangerous.
Okay, very good. Then, if we talk about these two concepts, let's remember that we have the goal of robotic. Which is the goal of robotics? Which is the goal of robotic? What is the meaning of goal?
Methods.
Okay, the objective, yes. So what is the goal of robotic? Okay, go ahead.
Goal of robotics is to design intelligent machines that can help and assist humans in their day-to-day lives and keep everyone safe.
Okay. Then, anything more? Any person more? No? Let's go, let's go. What do we have? As general concept, we may have that robotics is, who is going to read? Please, go ahead.
Can I read, teacher?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. What is robotics? Robotics is the intersection of science, engineering, and technology that produce machines called robots that substitute for or replicate human actions. Robotics is a science of designing or building an application of robots. The aim of robotics is to design an efficient robot.
Okay, so here is what you have mentioned, yes? It's the intersection of science, engineering, and technology that are going to be linked with something that is called robots. Yes? Okay, but then what are these robots going to do? They are going to replicate, they are going to repeat the same actions that human beings do. Okay. If you have to create a robot in this moment, Camilo Baltazar, what kind of robot would you like to build? What kind of robot?
One that is combining with AI, maybe,
Okay.
to do more specific tasks.
To do what? To do what? What kind of robot would you, okay, your robot is going to have artificial intelligence and to do what? Which would be the objective of your robot? Camilo.
Well, when I was a kid, I wanted to create not a specific big one. I wanted to create one that can replaces parts of people that had lost. No, so he can do also the normal things that we used to do.
Okay. Okay. Daniela Alejandra, what kind of robot would you like to build? As engineer, what kind of robot would you like to build? Daniela? Josue Antonio.
The teacher,
Oh, hello, Danielita.
a robot
Okay.
built a robot who helps the elderly. Yes.
Okay. Okay, then we have mentioned that robotic is a sign of designing. Yes, it's not saying that it's directly the robot. Robotic is in charge of designing or building. What is the meaning of building? Which is the synonym of building?
Construir.
Construct, yes. It's in charge of the construction of applications in robots. On the questions, this answer I have asked on other way. My question was, which are the goals? Yes. And here we have the aims. They are synonyms. Goals or aims, they are synonyms. The aim of robotics is, which one? Which is the aim? Which is the objective? Which is the objective? People?
To design an efficient robot.
To design, to build an efficient robot that is going to work different tasks, that is going to do different tasks in an efficient way. Because you as engineers are not going to create a robot just because it's going to be there. No, 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 no. You are going to build for something. Your goal is going to be to help people, to maybe to inject vaccines, not to touch with a COVID. Okay, then. Let's continue. Okay. Remember that when we talk about the robotic, we are talking about this as the branch, what Dalsy has mentioned it at the beginning, yes? It's the branch of technology. Robotic is not a science. It's not a science. Okay. And this robotic is in charge of 4 things, remember. The designing or the building of robots, the construction, yes, the operation or managing, and the application of robots. Yes? Then, inside of robotics and the building of robots, of course, our friend Camilo Baltazar has mentioned it, that it works with artificial intelligence. There are some robots that work with artificial intelligence. Remember that we have also the mechanical robots, yes? That they are not going to have the same efficiency as the ones that work with artificial intelligence. So, as well as the computers, they are going to be controlled through the computers, the sensories, and the information processing. Are they going to have a chip, yes or no? Robots have chips or not? What do you think? What do you think? Are the robots include chips or not?
I think that yes, teacher.
Okay, yes, some of them include a chip. We are going to see. Okay, so if we talk about the components of a robot, we are going to mention the main ones in the mechanics or in those that work with artificial intelligence. But they are going to have brain, the actuators and mechanical parts. That means that they are going to have motors, pistons. What are pistons? What are pistons? Even in the cars, you talk about pistons. ¿Qué serían los pistons? A ver, en español tenemos como pistones.
Llavecitas pequeñas, teacher.
Please, Daniela.
Case smalls, but ajustar. Hay pernitos pequeños que tienen los robots en las partes de abajo. Entonces, para eso.
Yeah. Yeah. What more? What more are pistons? What more are pistons? Sorry, I am going to turn off. Goodbye. Okay. Then, what more are pistons?
Is the moving component?
Okay. Okay, this is going to help. It's going to help the machine or the robot to move, yes? What about the gripers?
Pinzas.
The gripers. What are gripers? Do you remember we have seen a video where their object took to the other place and they used the gripers? What are gripers?
Pinzas, teacher.
What, Natalie?
Pinzas.
Pinzas. Yes, they are gripers. Not fingers. We know that the humanoids, the robots that use artificial intelligence, they already have the movement of their fingers, yes? But in this case, machines use gripers that are pinzas. Okay, wheels. What are wheels?
Ruedas, teacher.
Ruedas or llantitas. Okay, and the gears?
Engranajes.
Engranajes. Aha, look, in these ones, I am going to extend this. These ones, you can have the gears. And the gripers, we are going to have in this sector, yes? Okay, so if we have brain and we have the actuators, we have to talk also about sensors. That it's very common nowadays in our houses or on the buildings, at the banks. We are going to see and we are going to talk about sensors. How are these sensors, going to work? These sensors may be used as the vision detector, sound detectors, temperature, the motion, light, touch, etc. What more, which are the other work or tasks that sensors do? Nowadays, with the COVID-19, where have you seen the sensors? Where can we see the sensors? People, where can we see the sensors?
At the supermarket, teacher?
At the supermarket, where also? Where do you measure the temperature?
Aeroport.
At the airport? At the university, do we have? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, we have at the university also, yes. Do you remember these other sensors that we had, like guns also, that they used to put here? Okay, and what about those machines that many people connect in the front of their houses as detectors of people? Yes. When they detect people, they are going to be activated. That's why many people discover stealers, crash. Okay. Muchos accidentes se han aclarado a través de el uso de estos sensores, ¿verdad? Okay. If we talk about brain, actuators, and sensors, we have to talk also about what do they do. Yes? But before we have this, to talk about the sense, and we want to have the concept of a robot. What might be a robot? What is the concept of robot? What is the concept of robot?
Any automatically operated machine that replaces human effort, or programmed machines which are usually able to carry out a serious action autonomously and semi-autonomously.
Yeah, in a semi-autonomous way or directly, yes, in autonomous one. And also we have to talk about mechanical ones, yes? Okay, so let's remember that robots are going to mimic what human beings do, yes? And at the beginning, if we remember the robots, remember Wall-E, remember the films of Your Robot, they were just mimicking the tasks, or they were very rough, yes? Nowadays is completely different. Si nosotros vemos un video de los primeros robots comparado con lo que tenemos ahora, tenemos 100 años luz, ¿no? Okay. Then, let's remember that when we talk about robots, we are going to say that they are completely built on a mechanical building, and they are going to perform just as we say, helped by the computer, that it's going to be the brain, and we are going to have the action, and we are going to have the sense. Okay, so what is the function when we talk about robotics and robots? Okay, what is the sense? Please, who is going to read? How are going to be the machines that are going to perform with sensorial activities? Please, who is going to read? Quickly.
Can I read, teacher?
Go ahead.
Okay, sense detect presence of parts using vision system with pattern recognition, or detect bone tissue, not soft tissue with sonar, or detect obstacle, or treat with
Leather.
Thank you. Detect confirm position of clients.
Limbs.
Oh, okay. Limbs, thank you. Or an effector's user stepper motor feedback. I continue, teacher?
Just a second. Remember, not only we are going to use the sense, those that are going to perform with sense. If we observe through a lens, we can use the sense. They are also going to perform the action using think, but they are not going to think that as human beings. They are going to react, the reaction, as they are going to detect something. Please continue reading.
Okay.
Yes.
Think. Execute PC controller program for this trigger input with a storage program or process input in a decision and planning module. With simple as such as a neural network or of abstraction previously given verbally by human, interpreted and stored in runtime memory.
Okay. Then they are going to execute some task, some activity controlled by a computer. Then they are going to act. How is going to be their act? Please. Go ahead.
Act. Warn and or act immediately. Subjects energy to actuators and tools for arm for laser welding or flex legs, muscles for walking, or give haptic feedback to control arm for surgeon for remote surgery.
Okay, if we are talking in a hospital, they are going to act and react immediately, yes? Nowadays, we can say in the hospitals, that's why the X-ray surgery, las operaciones con rayos láseres, ¿no? Que era impensable en la década de los 80, ¿no? Okay, then, what more do we have? Which are the goals of robotics? Let's remember that robotic is to design intelligent machines that can help and assist human beings. Every day, yes, every day we can be helped by robotics. Why? Because they use technologies, they are going to help to work in an autonomous way, yes, overall in dangerous places. For example, where can we apply or use robots? In which places can we use robots? In Word, for example, yes? In Word. Okay, so if we talk about what is a robot in robotics, what is it? What is a robot in robotic? Johnny Gary? Mr. Johnny Gary, what is robot in robotics? Mr. David Eduardo? No, David Eduardo. Am I in the graveyard? Parece que estoy trabajando con los espíritus. Okay. Who wants to read? What is a robot in robotics? What is a robot? Okay, Edeni, please could you read?
Okay, what is a robot in robotics? A robot is an automatically operated machine that replaces human effort, so it may not resemble human beings in appearance or perform functions in a human-like manner. Carol Capit is the one who called it a robot, which comes from the Czech word robota, which means slave. Oh.
Okay, so if we observe on the first picture, where is this man and what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is this engineer? Maybe is the engineer doing? People, what is this engineer doing?
He put a prototype of hands for brand, the other person.
Okay, he is using a prototype of hands. Okay, maybe with this he is going to move, yes? That compared with the other picture, where or which were the first prototypes that maybe people have used it. Today we can talk about a dynamic prototype, yes? Okay, we are going to go with almost the last one for today. So, we were talking about artificial intelligence when our friend, I am going to remember the last names of the participation. Okay, of Camilo, he mentioned about the artificial intelligence, and our friend Denise, no, Diana talked about, Dalcy, I talked about robotic. Are they the same? Are they the same or not? What do you think? Brenda, what do you say? According with these two theories, are they the same or not?
A robot use the artificial intelligence.
Robotic and artificial intelligence, are they the same?
No, but it complements.
They are complemented. Yes, they are complemented. Because we say that robotic is, could you read?
A programmable machine.
A programmable machine.
Yes.
While artificial intelligence is what is artificial intelligence? In artificial intelligence, how is robotic? Okay, let's read, please. Okay, robot is a programmable machine that takes the action, that does the actions, or the appearance of an intelligence creature, yes, which is usually a human being. Do you remember the robot Sophie? Yes or no?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, then, but how do they complement each other? How do they complement each other? Robotic is the engineering discipline. It's not the engineering science. Robotic is the engineering discipline that works and deals with the design. Design means to build, diseñar, yes, and the construction and the building of a robot. Yes? Okay. So, if we talk about robots, who is the robotic engineer? Who is the robotic engineer? How many of you are going to be robotic engineers? Who is the robotic engineer? With what is he going to work? The robotic engineer, how is he going to work? How is going to work? Brenda? Grover?
The robotic engineer is who building machines to replicate human actions.
Is the person who is going to be in charge, yes, of building a robot. Okay, but the robotic engineering, not the engineer. The robotic engineering is the field, is the area of the engineering that it's going to center, that it's going to focus his or its attention on the building of machines. So the engineer is the robotic engineer, the one who is going to build. And the robotic engineering is the field or the area that it's going to be in charge of replicate and build the humanoids, we can say. Yes? Then they are going to create also softwares or applications to manage these robots or these machines. Let's go ahead. Okay. Is there a robotic software? Yes. There is a robotic software that is in charge of, please, who is going to read about robotic software?
Can I read?
Yes, please.
Robotic software. Software robotics is synonymous with robotic process automation, RPA, and is the less widely used term, except in the financial service industry. Its essential benefits includes increased efficiency, accuracy,
Yes.
customer satisfaction, and
Visibility.
visibility and lower costs.
Okay, so it's the synonym of process of automation. That means, remember that we have talked about the mechanic, semi-autonomous, and autonomous robots. In this case, the robotic software. Software is the synonym of what? The synonym of?
Program?
Yeah. It's not an application. Can we say an application? Yes or no? My engineers, you should be teaching me. A ver, ¿dónde están mis ingenieros de sistemas? Tenían que estarme enseñando a mí esto. Okay. Then, the software, the robotic software, is in charge of what is going to do. What is it going to give? The robotic software, what is going to be in charge of? What is it going to be in charge of? People. ¿De qué va a estar? Hemos dicho sinónimo ¿de qué? Synonyms of RP, yes? RPA. That it's RPA means what?
Robotic process automation.
Okay, process, movement, process. Okay, please, you have to remember this term, yeah? And I am going to conclude with this one. The parts of a robot. In a robot, we are going to find 3 parts: the sensors, the effectors, and the autonomous robots. Sensors, effectors, autonomous robots. Okay, the sensors are related with the image or the information that we are going to gather from the environment. Effectors are going to be the part that the robots are going to do. Yes? And the autonomous robots are going to be more complex because they are going to respond to a click in the computer, yes, and they are going to detect many characteristics or actions that a mechanical robot is not going to detect. Yes? Okay, until this part. Ahora, hasta esta parte, no voy a trabajar con esto. Todavía puede ser. Ya. Vamos a tener, a ver, ¿cuántos minutos todavía tenemos? 20, no. Sí, podemos disponer de 20 minutos. Ok. Then, to close, please, this section or this presentation of the part of the robotic and robots, we have stopped on the 3, what? ¿En qué parte hemos parado? Los 3, ¿qué cosas?
Parts of robots.
3 parts of robots. ¿Cuáles son las 3 partes de los robots?
Sensors, robots, and effectors.
Ok, entonces, primero nos hemos ido con el concepto de robotic y robots, ¿sí? Si yo en este momento, mis señores ingenieros, y digo, Juan David, what is robotic? Juan David, what is robotic? Juan David, what is robotic? Erwin Antonio, what is robotic? You were sleeping.
Robotic is to design or build a robot.
Okay. Now, what am I going to do? I am going to upload the whole presentation. A ver, voy a subir ahorita mismo, esta presentación. Incluye 2 videos. Por favor, ustedes tienen que haber visto para la siguiente clase la presentación más los 2 videos, ¿ya? O uno que les voy a incluir ahora. Por favor, tienen que ver porque van a trabajar, puede ser en grupos, vamos a ver cómo definimos eso. Para la siguiente clase, por favor, ustedes tienen que ver estos videos. ¿Estamos? ¿Sí? Esta segunda etapa de para la segunda parte del semestre, para el segundo parcial, vamos a tener bastante trabajo, ¿ya? Entonces va a estar basado más su evaluación en trabajos que ustedes van a realizar, ya sea en clases directamente o de manera asincrónica, ¿ya? Podemos tener sincrónica y asincrónica una clase, mitad, mitad, y pues tenemos que ya prepararnos también. Llegar a junio, julio, fíjense que no es tan lejos como parecería. Muy bien, entonces vayan viendo por favor la presentación que está en base al texto, pero que ustedes tienen que leer el texto. El que yo haga una presentación, la presentación es un referente, pero ustedes tienen el texto y por favor tienen su vocabulario, En la primera página de inicio de este tópico he puesto un vocabulario de casi 20 palabras que están relacionadas con robots y robótica. ¿Ya? Por favor, revisar ese vocabulario que la siguiente clase van a tener que trabajar igual. ¿Ya? Muy bien, entonces podemos parar acá. Dime, Natalie Dalsi.
Excuse me, teacher, when will you upload the test scores?
The test scores, you have to be calm down and next week. Okay? Remember that you are many students this semester and I have to add the works also. But don't worry, even for Friday, I am going to try to upload, yeah?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Any question more? ¿Alguna duda más? ¿Alguna pregunta más, chicos? Por favor, siéntanse tranquilos de preguntar, nadie los va a... ¿No? Ok, entonces podemos ya concluir la clase. Ok, podemos salir ya de clase. Que tengan buena tarde, chicos.
See you the next class, teacher.
Bye.
Have a
Bye,
nice day,
teacher.
See you on Friday. See you on Friday.